of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. This is to advise those present at this meeting of the Board of Education of the Pinelands Regional School District in the County of Ocean that the adequate notice of this meeting was provided in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act. The notice has been posted in the Board of Education office, junior high school, and high school buildings. The notice was also mailed to the press of Atlantic City and filed with municipal clerks of Bass River, Eagleswood, and Little Lake Harbor Township and the Borough of Tuckerton. Roll call, please.
Mr. Rossetti, I'm sorry, Mr. Bartlett,
I'm here.
Ms. Betty,
Here.
Ms. Fagan,
Here.
Ms. Hannadel,
Here.
Ms. Martin,
Here.
Mr. Rossetti, who will be marked absent, Ms. Zimmerman,
Here.
Mr. Dalio,
Here.
Mrs. McVeigh.
Here.
We are in session.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 5, approval of minutes. I need a motion to approve the following minutes: open session, regular meeting, July 18th, board retreat, August 4th, and closed session, executive session, July 18th. Have a motion, please.
Motion.
Second. Any questions?
All right, the roll call is Mr. Bartlett,
Yes.
Ms. Betty,
Yes.
Ms. Fagan,
Yes.
Ms. Hannadel,
I have to abstain on all 3.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Zimmerman,
Yes.
Mr. Dalio,
Yes.
Mrs. McVeigh.
Yes. Were you present at these meetings?
No,
Did you abstain?
no, I did not. Should I have?
So then you'll have to abstain as well.
Please change me to abstain.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 6, report of the superintendent. I give you Dr. McCauley.
Thank you. I have a few things just to update the board on. We had summer heat started today. There's 2 sessions, one at 9 and then 12:30. I walked around, took some photos. Ms. Martucci is going to post them on Facebook, but we had attendees at all the workshops and it seemed to be going really well. They're happening all week, Monday to Thursday. So if anyone wants to get some professional development, there's a list of all of the workshops right on Little Leg's website. We have new teacher orientation for 2 days next week, and we're looking forward to a lot of new staff members that we're having. So got some very good candidates, and we're looking forward to having them joining our team. Just a reminder to families, and if you can spread the word, last year because of COVID, all lunch and breakfast was free. That is no longer going to be the case for the upcoming school year. So students are going to actually have to fill out the free and reduced lunch applications. So we're going to have those available on the website. We'll have them at back to school night, little tables set up. Any families that need help with that, they can reach out to the business office, but we really need everyone to fill those out.
And you guys emailed it, didn't you?
Yep, and then a blast email went out as well, yep. Our strategic planning dates are elected. They were going to be October 11th, November 15th, and December 5th. Information went out to the board. That starts at 5 o'clock, and that's going to be both in-person and hybrid, so families can log in from home if they want as well. And all stakeholders are welcome, community members, families, staff members, whoever wants to participate in that. Giovanna sent an email to the board if you're going to attend the school board's workshop in October 24th to the 26th. She needs you to RSVP to her. Either yes or no. You want to go one day, you want to go both days, you don't want to go at all, just let her know.
I thought they just registered us all.
She needs to know if you're going to attend.
Okay.
Yeah, so let her know. I think she has to fill out professional development stuff.
Oh,
So
okay.
let her know if you're going to go. And then lastly, just thank you to the board and the admin for our retreat that we held recently. It was a really fun time and got a lot of work done and established some goals for the year. So thank you for your participation in that.
Thank you. Moving on to presentations. There are none at this time. Moving on to work session for board forum. Do I have any board members who would like to speak at this time or have a question or a concern? Okay, seeing none. New business.
Okay, yep, we do have something for new business. We had an employee, Mr. Howard Berry, that was riced for something I wanted to brief the board on, and he would like to have this discussion in public so he can hear the contents of that. That is his right. So we are going to have that discussion now. I'm going to go over some of the issues that had occurred, and at the end, just give a summary of that. But basically, January 15th of 21, it was reported to me that Mr. Berry was seen getting some wood delivered outside of his shop, and then students were loading that into his truck. So I contacted his immediate supervisor, Mr. Molesky. We asked Mr. Berry if we could meet with him just to see what was going on. He brought his rep with him. He did have a receipt for the wood that he was going to personally keep. So what I explained to him was he can't have wood delivered from a company and keep his personal wood with that as well, because he was saving on shipping costs because it was coming to a school and he was paying wholesale prices. So he said, no problem. I followed up in an email. My email said to him, hi, Mr. Berry, thank you for meeting with me today and clarifying the wood order that you removed from the district as you explained and verified. A second order was placed for your personal use. Once again, please refrain from placing any personal orders in conjunction with school purchase orders. Personal orders should be done outside of school hours and sent to your home. Just an email was sent. He was not written up. There was no formal discipline taken at that time. So now on July 19th of this school year in the summertime, Mr. Henderson actually was doing a building sweep and saw some very nice kitchen cabinets being built in Mr. Berry's wood shop room. He went back down there to go take some photos of the cabinets, and Mr. Berry happened to be there at the time. I do have photos of all these if you need to see them. He spoke with Mr. Berry at that time, and I do have a report from Mr. Henderson. I'm going to just paraphrase some of this. He asked Mr. Berry, why were you building kitchen cabinets? You were told you couldn't have personal wood orders delivered to the school anymore, and you couldn't do personal items in the wood shop room. And he's not really supposed to be here in the summer. He's not a summertime employee. When asked, Mr. Berry admitted to building the cabinets over the summer and that they were for a family member. He admitted not to asking permission because he knew already he'd been told no. He became very angry and did not want to discuss the cabinets, yet started talking very defamatory about me and that I've ruined the district because for years, shop teachers were allowed to come into work in the summer and work in their classrooms. He said, Melissa believes in transparency, but she calls me into a gotcha meeting with Matt Molesky. That was not the case. That was the meeting I just discussed where students were loading wood in his truck, and I just wanted to clarify the situation. It was not a gotcha. He wasn't even disciplined for that. He also stated that he's a taxpayer in town and he should be able to have the wood delivered to school. He admitted to knowing he was told that he couldn't do it, his personal wood order with the district. And he said it was a stupid mandate that I had and he's not going to comply. And according to Mr. Henderson, the F word was used multiple times when speaking about me in particular. So just to recap, he was told not to do this, did it again. I have not met with him at this point. Mr. Henderson met with him. And then we're talking about this right now today. According to one of our policies, policy 7440 regarding school security, access to school buildings and grounds outside the hours of school and session shall be limited to personnel whose employment requires their presence in the facility. And he did not ask permission to come in. And once again, he was in there building something for his own personal use, had the wood delivered from a company in Pennsylvania, did not pay shipping, and got a discounted cost for wholesale prices. So I did call the company to ask, actually, Mr. Henderson called first. They said he wanted to know, Mr. Henderson asked if he were to get the thing shipped to his home, what would the shipping cost be? And they explained to him that you can't have it shipped to your home because they don't ship to homes. They only ship to businesses. So I actually emailed this company just to verify. And I said, can I get a quote for these pieces of wood, which were similar in the order that he placed? And their answer back to me was, thank you for your interest in our lumber products. Before I can quote, I need to qualify you as a wholesale account. Please be advised the name and type of business you have. We cannot sell to private individuals or construction companies. So as a local homeowner or local taxpayer, you can't have this company shipped to your home. So this is why it was being shipped to the school, not paying shipping and paying wholesale prices. And in the summertime, my other concern is that, especially when the district is closed on Fridays, being in the building, being a liability for insurance, if someone were to get hurt that's not supposed to be here, that falls under our insurance. So as I stated, at this point, I have not even spoken to the employee, which this is the process. If it's a situation that's serious, we brief the board. I had my secretary reach out to Mr. Berry today to come in tomorrow. He wanted to know what it was about. So at this point, he knows, and hopefully he can come in with his rep. I want to hear his perspective and his side of the story, and then take it from there.
So is it a wholesaler who sells to schools specifically?
They sell to schools and other large companies,
Nonprofits?
not like this, like construction companies
No
or private
construction.
individuals. Anything else? Any other questions?
I have a question. If they don't sell to private individuals, how did they or why did they sell to him?
They didn't, Miss Martin. It got shipped to the school. So because it's getting shipped to the school and we are a large business, then he's able to have it shipped here. And he pays for his portion of the wood, but he's paying wholesale prices and avoiding shipping.
Was the entire
They-
order,
I'm sorry, they accepted payment from a private individual though, a private citizen.
Right, but for a portion of the wood, but it was being shipped here. You can't even have this shipped to your home as an individual. He was using the school as the entity to save on the shipping and to save the wholesale prices.
Yes, I do find the company though at fault, I believe, because they accepted payment not from the school's account, correct?
But the school can pay with credit cards as well. We have the ability to do that. I'm not sure, and I can't speak for the company. I don't know if they would have known that he wasn't buying this stuff for the school or not. They wouldn't know that he's taking certain things to his home. The other piece of this is, and as I said, I have not met with Mr. Berry yet to go over the specifics, but he was explicitly told not to do this. And then when Mr. Henderson saw this, there was no, discussion about it right away. It was very combative. He doesn't like the rules, and these are the rules. You can't have it shipped here. It has to be shipped to your home.
do
Thank
we know
you.
percentage of the order? Do you know the percentage of the order?
There were multiple orders. For this one particularly, it was, enough to make kitchen cabinets.
I mean, you can find that out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have all the invoices. I do have all the invoices here. And once again, my other concern is just a liability. School's not in session. On Fridays, there's hardly anyone here. If there was an injury using the school equipment, we may not be covered because school is not in session and he wouldn't be in his classroom. So like I said, there has been no action taken at this point. I want to meet with him, hear his side of the story and see, and just go from there. Any other questions from the board?
All right, moving on.
Wait,
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. There'll be a time during residents forum to speak. Moving on to old business. Does anyone have any questions or concerns? All right, we will move on to item number 10. Oops, excuse me. We will move on to item number 9, residents forum for agenda items only. Board policy 0167 encourages community participation in every meeting. However, the board requests that the public request a reasonable time limit when commenting on agenda items only, and that time limit as per policy 0167 is 3 minutes. Anyone from the community like to address the board on agenda items only? Okay, we will move on to item number 10, instructional. We need a motion to approve items A through I. And we have a motion? Any questions?
May I ask a curriculum question of Gina? Is Gina still here? So, I saw there's, curriculum for 7th and 8th. I don't know if I'm talking into the 7th and 8th curriculum for the new teachers for, but I didn't see anything on the, what do you call it? Sorry. The one on, the new one that we're getting, the woman who is gonna teach, that she was teaching. Yes, that's it. What is it?
Robotics.
Robotics. It totally went out of my head. Yeah, thank you. It's there in there, and I just missed it. Okay, thanks.
Got your question answered?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
Okay, Mr. Bartlett,
Roll call vote?
roll call vote, Mr. Bartlett,
Yes, to all, no to G.
Ms. Betty,
Yes to all.
Ms. Fagan,
Yes.
Ms. Hennadel,
Yes.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Zimmerman,
Yes.
Mr. Dalio,
Yes.
Mrs. McVeigh,
Yes.
motion carries.
All right, moving on to our next item, personnel. We have a change to the agenda. We have added item number R, which reads as follows. Resolved that the Board of Education, upon recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, approve the leave of absence for employee 5211, who will remain on administrative paid leave until further notice. That is item number R. We need a motion to approve items A through R.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions?
Roll call vote, Mr. Bartlett,
Yes to all, abstain for R.
Petty,
Yes to all, abstain R.
Ms. Fagan,
Yes.
Ms. Hennadel,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Zimmerman,
Yes.
Mr. Dalio,
Yes.
Mrs. McVeigh,
Yes.
motion carries.
Moving on to operations, we have items A through H. We need a motion to approve, please.
Motion?
Second.
Any questions?
Roll call, Mr. Bartlett,
Yes.
Ms. Betty,
Yes.
Ms. Fagan,
Yes.
Hennadel,
Yes.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Zimmerman,
Yes.
Mr. Dalio.
Yes.
Mrs. McVeigh,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 13. We have items for approval, A through J. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions?
Roll call vote, Mr. Bartlett,
Yes.
Ms. Betty,
Yes.
Ms. Fagan,
Yes.
Ms. Hennadel,
I'm gonna abstain from A through E. Yes, on everything else.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Zimmerman,
Yes.
Mr. Dalio,
Yes.
Mrs. McVeigh,
Yes.
motion carries.
Moving on to item number 15, residents forum, general topics. Same thing applies from the other forum. Let me just read it real quick. If I can find it. Board policy 0167 encourages community participation in every meeting. However, the board requests that the public respect a reasonable time limit when commenting on agenda items only. That time limit, as per policy 0167, is 3 minutes. Anyone from the public wish to address the board, please step forward and give us your name.
My name? Can you hear me? Hello? My name is Howard Berry. I'm the employee in question tonight. I don't really know where to begin. As usual, with the leadership in the district, you're not getting the information completely right. If you look out here in the comments, the big green banner up there, it's some Wildcats. Underneath that banner was supposed to be a trophy case that was 32 feet long, 3 feet wide, and almost 12 feet high. The school district had asked for people to get the thing built. According to Mr. Sunderman, the best price he got pre-COVID was a ballpark was told about $1,000 a foot. That's $32,000 pre-COVID. I was asked, can you build this? Okay, yeah, we can do this. So that's why the wood was ordered the way it was ordered. And yes, I ordered plywood with the order because I figured I'm not getting a stipend. I'm not getting comp time. I'm not getting anything. I'm just building this for the district like I've done before, like the shadow boxes out there for the military and the little emblems up above them. We did all that stuff. So I'm in here this summer, and yes, I'm building cabinets for my daughter because it's a situation of the guy building the boat in his basement. You can't build something that huge and then bring it into the commons. So I've built cabinets before. I've built a whole lot of things. And anybody that knows me knows you might think I'm a lousy teacher, but I'm a pretty accomplished carpenter. So I'm studying, well, how can I do this? And I see there's this system. You know about it. I don't. It's a lamello. It's basically a plate joiner on steroids. With this thing, you can use different connectors, all different types of connectors, and you can use this thing to build stuff, put it together. The companies use it so they can build stuff, ship it across country, and then have it assembled. So I've never done it before. So before I start cutting into the plywood that Pinelands orders, I know I'm going to go over my 3 minutes here, but I'm going to practice on these things, and I did that system when I was building the cabinets. Now I'm explaining this to you, but I don't understand why I have to do this. You pay me to be a professional. That's what I know. Okay, that's what I'm doing. There's nothing nefarious here. It's completely a lie to say that they won't sell to me. Because if that's the case, how come I've had an account with them for about 10, 15 years? I've had an account with that company, Mann & Parker. And Mann & Parker will not deliver wood unless it's 500 board feet or more. They send a tractor trailer out here and they send it up through New Jersey, up to Connecticut. The guy stays overnight. He keeps making his deliveries. They're not going to send anything less than 500 board feet. If you'd have asked, you'd have found out that that is their policy. I've had wood delivered from Mann & Parker to my house. When I built their cabinets, I had it delivered there. So it's not true that they won't deliver to my house. And I have an account with them. So we only needed about, I figured, 150 feet of walnut to build this on top of the plywood and stuff. So they're not going to deliver it. I paid the same price they pay. The police, when she had criminal charges against me, and then went up to the Ocean County prosecutor, looked into this and said, yeah, he didn't get anything gained here. No, there was no benefit at all. I'm saving the district $25,000, and I'm having students help me build this so they can come back 10, 15 years from now, thank you, and say, there's kids, yeah, I helped build that. That's what I do. That's what I've done for 36 years around this place. And it's so frustrating to be unappreciated. I just can't tell you what she wraps things up in this little package. And it was a gotcha moment 2 years ago because I'm in my classroom teaching. Eric Shore comes in and says, you got to go to the district office. How come? I don't know. Come to find out later, he did know, but he wasn't allowed to tell me. I don't know. I have no idea. What could this be about? So I needed union representation. They came back and said, yeah, you can't be from it's got to be the president.
Mr. Barry,
So they got the president involved. We go over there, and who's sitting there but my supervisor? You talk about chain of events and how things are supposed to go. It was a got you.
okay, Mr. Barry,
Fortunately,
I've
being a
given you-
shop teacher, I had on the same pants I had on the day before. So I
Mr.
pulled
Barry,
out the
please,
receipt and I showed her.
Please, please, please.
What, are you cutting him off?
I was going to give him a minute's warning. He's already spoken for 7 minutes, but he wouldn't allow me to speak, so I did cut him off. If he would like to come back up at the end, he's welcome to come back up and speak.
I mean, I think we should hear him out.
Thank you. And I'm sorry for getting over passionate because this is not a good representation how I should be showing kids how to act, but it's awfully tough. So I'm sorry. Let me bring it down a notch. I'm saving the district $25,000. When they wanted to get a price for that plywood, they said, well, you can't do that because the company is from Delaware, because it's a company I deal with. I've already dealt with them. So they said to me, it's got to be in state. It was. So I said, well, go ahead, find somebody in state. It's not something you're going to find in Home Depot or Tucker and Lumber. This is really specialized stuff. The sheets are like $200 a sheet. There's like 18 sheets. I don't want to make a mistake. So that's another reason I wanted to practice. And you could say, I don't care. It's the truth. So so then they get a price. They can only find one company around here to give them a price. They tried all the different lumber companies. The only one they got a price from, per the secretary in the office, was for $9,500. The same material we're getting from Delaware for like $4,000. So all of a sudden, well, now we'll fill out the paperwork and we'll get it from there. So that's where they got it from. So I saved them money there. And then you would have had to send somebody out to Pennsylvania to go get the wood. So by me putting it on my order, I saved you money. This is not the other way around. And as far as, well, maybe he could mix it up and take some of it, completely different species, completely different, easy to see. And when they ship stuff, they tell you the number of pieces. Hardwood pieces, or 28 pieces of this, there's 16, you can count it up. It's so easy to see the different species of wood. There is no mix up with that. Look, I'm on my way out. I know that. It's just a heck of a way to go. This is what frustrates people. And these great employees we have in this district, to see them always treated like this. And they are frustrated. You don't get to see it, but I see it all the time. I can't tell you that you are not getting the best bang for your buck because you're getting people to work exactly to the contract. And great leadership gets people to work above the contract. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barry. Is there anyone else who would like to address the board? Thank you. Moving on to board forum. Lisa, Betty, you have anything for us?
Nothing at this time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Kim? Zimmerman?
Nothing, thank you.
Sedalia, oh, got my voices in the sky, Ms. Fagan. Do you have anything for us under board forum?
I don't. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Martin?
Yes, I would just like to say that I'm sorry to hear of the passing of Mr. Fodor, a member of the Bass River Township Board of Education. And I would like to offer my condolences to Kevin's family, his friends, to Mrs. Adams, and her fellow members of the Bass River Township Board of Education.
Thank you. Sedalia?
Yeah, all I have to say is I just want to publicly offer my condolences to Mrs. Betty.
Thank you.
Very sorry for your loss.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That's all.
Just a couple of things real quick. I noticed on the agenda that Miss Barbara Wilkinson has donated again to one of our athletic teams. She's a person in the community who does so much for the district, and I'd like to thank her for her continued support. A gentle reminder too, that breakfast and lunch will be costing families this year. So please think to fill out the free and reduced lunch forms. It's so important. Families need every little bit of help they can get. So don't forget to do that. And I'd just like to thank my fellow board members. Sometimes this job is more difficult than others, and I appreciate all their time and energy in this volunteer status. With that, a motion to adjourn, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.